I was listening to a podcast I like quite a bit, The Weekend Show with Anthony Davis. He had Michael Popak on there. They were talking about Jimmy Carter's, his ailing health, his uh, going to hospice, uh, and how they wish we had more of that, and how you've got too far right, too far left, and all this. And I disagree with him. And I'm a man that looks to history, and I'm a man that has respect for people like Jimmy Carter and him putting solar panels on the rooftop of the White House. And I believe that if there were more Jimmy Carters and more Al Gores, I think maybe we could have averted climate change, and we could have at least saved a few generations from what's coming. I don't want to go back to 1977. I don't want to go back to Jimmy Carter. God bless the dead. But I feel like we're operating in an era where he's quoting people. Mr. Popop. He's quoting people who don't believe in science. And you want to go back to an era where we didn't know about climate change. We didn't have the Exxon documents out. We didn't know about how pollutants and the ozone layer and all this. We didn't know how this stuff worked back then. So what you're saying is you want to go back to an era where we didn't know about science. We didn't know what was in the air and in the water. Well, we did then. That was EPA. EPA is under Nixon. We didn't know about chemicals. We didn't know about the totality of their effect on the body, even in small doses. You want to go back to an era we didn't know. See, that's Trumpism on the left. You are envisioning a world that you're envisioning a world that wasn't that good. The fight is in front of us today. And I'm not just saying this because I like playing video games and I like watching movies and stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact we didn't know some of these things back then. We do know them now. And I think that hiding behind this this paralysis of ignorance, I think it's dangerous. I think that maybe some people did know about climate change back then, but I know that society as a whole didn't. And we know now. We must act. We don't have a lot of time. And dreaming of an era where we didn't know, we just did a bunch of pollution and shit. Like, that's, to me, that kind of thinking is sort of putrid. That's sort of a putrid way of thinking, that you want to go back to your grandfather's age where there were no consequences. And now there's consequences. We know about, like, burning leaves and how they can set fire. We know this shit now. You want to go back to an era where people didn't know, so you can get away with stuff that's irresponsible. Jimmy Carter's era is over with. This is my time. This is your time. Let's act responsibly.